Today we find ourselves in the beautiful town of Valladolid. It's crowded out with tourists, actually. I'm quite surprised, but I suppose because it's near the sites of Chichen Itza and Ekbalam. Sadly, my beloved sunglasses are broken and I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a new pair here, but we shall see. Just heading into the Zocalo, or main square. There's always something going on in Mexico. The plan today is to take ourselves to Ekbalam, another ancient Mayan site. To do that, we have to get ourselves in a shared taxi, or colectivo as they're called here. Okay, we have arrived at Ekbalam, one of the lesser known Mayan sites. The name Ekbalam means black jaguar in the ancient Mayan language. Once a thriving Maya city between 600 and 850 AD, Ekbalam is famous for its remarkably preserved stucco sculptures and its towering Acropolis pyramid, which has breathtaking jungle views from the top. There are more people here than I thought, actually.
Do you have the ticket for your GoPro, sir?
This is not a GoPro. So I've just been told that I'm not allowed to use my microphone with this camera, even though it has internal microphones, and I've got to put the external microphone in my pocket. However, I am allowed to use my iPhone. Go figure. Well, that was a tough climb. And anyway, nobody's looking, so I put my microphone back on. What a view. It's nice and quiet behind that pyramid. There's a path that goes right the way around the back of it. To be honest, Ekbalam is, well, disappointingly small, especially when you consider how much you pay to get in. The views are incredible, but very, very small area. Morning, amigos. It's another day, and today we're off to Chichen Itza. To be honest, I was in two minds whether to go there or not, because I've heard these days, since it became a wonder of the world, that it's incredibly crowded and pretty expensive to get in. But the trip didn't seem that it would be complete if we didn't go there, so we're off to get our colectivo to Chichen Itza.
Van a cenote.
Chichen Itza solamente, sí.
Okay. Pueden comprar su boleto de ida y de vuelta. Ya 80 y 80.
Ida y vuelta.
Ida y vuelta. Aquí con la señorita.
Ok.
Y usted puede esperar aquí como todos, ¿ok?
Sí, entiendo.
Ida y vuelta linda para el señor.
Ida y vuelta, dos personas, por favor. Just got to wait for enough passengers before we go. And we're off.
It's in way more competitive though. There's just so many more cafes.
Right, we made it through the myriad of fees we had to pay. Sashko's got my sun hat now because she lost her umbrella yesterday, and me being the gentleman that I am, thought it's best to lend it to her. Anyway, very, very crowded here, just as I expected. And as I say, I was in two minds whether to come here or not, but you know, when you're in the area, it's got to be done. The trip wouldn't be complete without coming here. I'm using the Smart Guides app on my phone, which is free, and yeah, should be quite informative. And we are at the famous El Castillo pyramid. It's recently been found that there are in fact 2 more pyramids hidden inside this pyramid.
So you guys just stand right in the middle and pull out that sign a little bit. I got it. I got both snake heads.
When we were here before, you could climb those steps you see in front of me and get up and see the Chacmul sculpture at the top, but now it's roped off. You can hear that noise behind me. Don't worry, that's not a jaguar. It's just these guys trying to sell this kind of whistle that makes a jaguar noise. We're now at the Grand Ball Court. This is a place where the Mayans will play a game with a ball and try to throw it through these hoops on the side of the wall. A member of the winning team apparently will be sacrificed. You know, this has been a really interesting day. I was in two minds this morning as to whether to come or not. I'd heard it was crowded out with tourists, and yeah, there were a lot of tourists here, but the site is so big that you don't really notice. And the exit. I think I've done more than my 10,000 steps today. The Collectivo going back is more than a bit crowded. I'm sure this is against the law. 15 people crammed into this tiny van. And we're back. we've just arrived in Playa del Carmen. The air conditioning on the bus was terrible, we were freezing, but it's nice and warm out here. Look at that blue Caribbean sea. Well, this place is very touristy, very unlike the Mexico that I've come to know and love. Still, you know, it's not a bad place. The beach is nice. It's okay for a day or two, just relaxing. Well, amigos, it's our last day in Mexico, so we've decided to take a short trip before we leave down to the Blue Cenote. We won't be able to swim because we've got no chance to dry our stuff, but probably worth taking a look around, I would imagine. Right, we've just got to get ourselves to the Colectivo point. And we have arrived at Cenote Azul, otherwise known as the Blue Cenote in English. Let's check it out. It's a shame we couldn't bring our swimming stuff. It looks really great. The water's so clear. So we've finally reached Cancun and the end of the road for us. We won't be staying here very long. It's not really to our taste. It's over-touristed and overpriced. So we'll be here for one night and we're off to the airport tomorrow morning. Good morning. Got the backpack on, making our way to the airport terminal, and it's almost time to say goodbye to Mexico. Thank you, Mexico. It's been great. Hope to come back one of these days, but now we're off to our next destination.
kenまーちゃんと